Hi everyone. I just realized that for some of my openings, or like the openings of the ends, that I've not been like cutting out the sound. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that right now, first 15 minutes, but yeah. Doesn't matter. It's not like it's for kids anyway, but hello everyone. This is Minotaur again. I am not gonna be posting what was it? No Way Home, sorry. I'm forgetting the names because like I've read like at least 7 different novels this week. Finals are coming close, and I don't know, a lot of just studying, and today was like the test before finals, so I just wanted to read something before everything else ended. Or like, so what I've read, actually I may have said at the end, but like, you know, whatever. What I read so far was like, I'm rereading Wings of Fire, and I read, was it something of Leaves? I'll tell you at the end because I'll definitely find out at the end. But it was like Crown of Leaves or something, a horror novel. I don't know. The novel group in my school was like, "You should totally read this. We don't have a hardcover though, but you should totally read it." But like the ones we found at the school are like hella overpriced. So yeah. Let's get to the video though, because I've probably wasted a ton of your time. Oh, it's only been 2 minutes. Okay. I'll see you guys there. This time, Robert calls out for you.
Hello, Lucian. I was hoping I'd find you today. I have something you might find interesting.
What is it?
Just some reading. It is a little book I called The Dream Eater's Journal. To the average reader, it's self-professed piece of self-help / religious fiction, published about a year or two ago by the Argentinian PhD of theology. Such a nerd. That is, of course, only meant to make it unassuming. In truth, it is a treatise. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna edit this. What are these words? I'm getting bombarded already. It's a treatise written by a mythical being who is very knowledgeable about the nature of magic. Wow, you actually have it. I've read it half a dozen times already. I've seen it all and all its contents. I've seen all it contains. I would like you to have it. Wow, thank you, Robert. I didn't expect this kind of information to be so available in a book. Seldom is it published, yes. But this one man has made it his life's mission to catalog and reveal as much as possible. You obtained the Dream Eater's Journal. That was my mouth, I'm sorry. Changing the topic, there is another matter I wish to bring up. Do you recall our previous conversation about Mr. Asterian's soul? I think so. You said his soul seemed prematurely aged. Yes, among other things. He has a touch of divinity in him, although withered away, while his humanity is remaining strong. Recall, too, what I said about my own constitution. My kind, we are not built like most demons. Our souls are made of the same substance as humans, but our shells come from subterranean powers. I like its expressions. And its horn. It's very pretty. We call it chaos or theophonic forces. It has many names across different cultures, but I imagine you and your Cretan friend should be familiar with those terms. You should not conflate chaos with evil or disorder, however. It mainly relates to the most primordial forces of nature and to an older generation of gods. There is one detail I omitted about Asterian's soul. I didn't know what to make of it, whether or not it was my place to mention, and I feared you could misinterpret it. There is a third substance to his soul, a chaos most noble and ancient, but withered just as much as his divinity. Once more, I struggle to describe it. It is richer in texture. He was born from a truly primordial chthonic source. I've seldom seen such a pedigree, and never mixed with humanity and divinity alike. In comparison, Mr. Coda possesses a spark of divinity, and Mr. Lucas a smidgen of chaos, but none as great as Mr. Asterian's. If only a soul hadn't been drained of its. But that is not all. There's a second layer of his chaos. On top of this ancestry, someone or something has branded him with distinctly chthonic imprint. Is that something I should worry about? No, I don't think so. I must stress again. Chaos is not evil or anything dangerous than divinity. Pardon me. It is considered impolite to reveal the substance of another's soul, as I've done today. But what I saw, it is nothing like I've ever seen, and may I speak frankly? Of course, go ahead. Minotaurs are an exceedingly rare species of mythical. Scholars largely deem them to be a fabrication. And yet here I see one, living and breathing with an unfathomably old soul, gifted with a divinity and chaos befitting a demigod. Never mind. It's none of my business, and I assume you and Asterion must prefer this matter to be private. Although, if I'm honest, this whole situation has a lit of fire in the intellectual curiosity. This hotel you have and its people, it's nothing short of exceptional. Thank you, Robert, both for your kindness and discretion. It is an honor to have you here with us as well. Thank you, your finest host. Our finest host. Fuck me. Thank you, our fine host. Now, if you would entertain me, I have a little request. I won't bore you with the details of my personal life. What matters is, would you happen to have some room in this fine enterprise for one such as I? You mean a job for you? Yes, this was supposed to be my vacation, but I've become quite fascinated with the hotel. I would like to learn more about it, and I'm willing to make myself useful in exchange. Plus, it would be a welcome change from my usual job. So, what do you say? Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of, shall we say, contract work, and we could use someone with legal expertise. Could you please bring this up with Asterion? He'll get you set up for the job and discuss your pay. Marvelous. Thank you, Lucian. You won't regret giving me this chance. Damn. Wow, who wants to work on vacation? And with that, Robert trots off to find your business partner. Robert, he has joined the hotel staff and is now available for R&D and exploration teams. I don't see him being useful in anything, really. Or just this part. Will we complete? Do you want to complete your research? Or continue working towards something else? Add a restaurant management software to the lounge? Build a fully equipped gym in the hotel? I feel like I'd rather have this, but I don't know. We'll leave it up for whatever. Let's check on him. Nothing. Wow. Bet you were eating dirt. After dinner, you wander the hotel's ground floor, both to allow your food to settle, and to make one last check before retiring to bed, that everything is as it should be. The lobby is empty, only the drifting sounds from down the hallway filling the air. Some of the guests still linger in the lounge, but many more drift, either alone or in small groups, towards their rooms for a good night's sleep after a hearty meal. Nope. You poke your head into the staff break room, and find a certain dragon enjoying a moment of solitude and a glass of wine. Coda, what are you doing here? The dragon's throat rumbles, almost a purr. I felt the urge to have some alone time. To reminisce? He raises a green-tinted bottle to the tabletop and waves it at you. Despite the darkness, you notice only a fourth of its contents remain. I much prefer my homeland's liquor, but Asterion swore this vintage right here was exceptional. And let's just say, a flood of memories are coming back to me. Good ones, I hope. Only the best. It's as if I was young again, watching the villages growing around the rivers. People could be remarkably elegant in those days. I keep remembering the couples entwining a finger as they walked downstream barefoot so as to not make a sound. And then the weddings. The wives hiding the bump in their bellies, families feigning blindness as they drank and danced well into the night. The children, their hands so tiny compared to their parents, as they'd come and soak their feet in the waters. I used to be a river deity in my glory days, you know. Half a dozen villages kept shrines to me, and I made sure their rice was unmatched. Their offerings were lovely, but what I remember most are their faces, their little troubles, and their victories too. There is this one tale that's so vivid in my mind. There was once a pair of lovers, a warrior and a brewer of sake. The sake brewer lived by the river, and warrior by another. Every fifth a day, they'd walked for hours to the fountainhead of the two streams, where they'd meet and enjoy each other's company. It was said that they were made of a single soul, but cleaved so as to inhabit two bodies. I'm sure of it myself. The soul will know its other half and will seek it out. Even if a myriad of leagues of hills and streams divide them, hearts truly in touch do not find the way to each other long. Say, Lucian, do you believe in such a thing as a soul? Well, that's a tough question. When you talk about it like that and knowing you're a god yourself, it would be so easy to say yes. I've seen so much as I arrived here, I suppose it'd be foolish of me not to be open to the possibility. On the other hand, things seemed a lot less complicated before. It's hard to know what I believe. Yeah, you humans are bombarded day and night with doctrines and old and new. From east, west, middle, this and that. Not even I, a living and breathing deity, know the full truth. My time here has confirmed that the Greek gods are no fiction, but I also know for a fact that my own land's deities are no less real. Well, one more thing I can say for the certain. The soul, too, is just as real. Koda takes another sip of his drink. He lets it sit in his mouth for as long as it needs to smoothly go down his throat. He breathes out, shoulders slumped as the warmth overtakes his limbs. So, what do you think of this little tale I shared? Do you believe a soul would recognize its other half? Do I? Yeah, I mean, they're two sides of the same coin, right? I don't know why I said that, but like, that's a way to put it, right? Like, let's say, I don't know. Like, if you lost your hand, I bet you'd be able to recognize your hand, even though, like, if your hand was in like pristine condition and everything, I bet you would recognize it, right? Because like you've had that hand forever. Just because you lost it doesn't mean it's not your hand. I don't know what I'm saying. Completely disregard that. After everything I've seen here, I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe there is such a thing as a soulmates after all. The dragon lifts his gaze to you, or glass to you, and then drains it in a single gulp. That's right, you can bet on it. Either way, the gods did not make life easy. Not even for lesser deities such as myself, much less mortals like you, but every now and then they do throw us a bone. As difficult as life may get, joy and love can be found as long as we keep on living. The hotel has given me a great deal of hope. Even for an elder such as myself, I'm sure I've seen my lucky day will come soon enough. I'm sure even my own lucky day will come soon enough. Not unlike you, really. Excuse me? I may be the drunkest I've been in half a century, but I am neither blind nor a fool. I don't know what you're talking about. His rumbling becomes a chuckle, and then a belly-shaking laugh. Now that's a good one. Next you'll say Luke has good table manners. The spasms of his mirth grow more intense, until he's left gasping for breath and wiping a few tears from his eyes. You know, Annette, ever since I arrived, I had the feeling, the way you look at him, how you're always by each other's side. Even if you'll pardon my impropriety, I couldn't help but speculate. Then I learned about Asterian's past. Forgive me, but if only for a moment, I doubted you. I even feared that you may be taking advantage. But that night when you took the armband, you put all my fears to rest. And I knew it. Seeing your integrity brought me peace of mind, but Again he laughs, joy shining like the sun upon his smiling face as he looks at you. And then, with just a few words, he tears away all pretense. Tears away. Fuck these words. You two make a fine couple. A couple? Heat blooms upon your cheeks at the very idea. But is this what Asterion would want? I mean, why would Asterion need to know? Is it even right for me to be that close to him, seeing how... Coda, I have too much power. I can set safeguards to control myself, and I'm trying to do what's right, but I guess there's no way around it, if I'm being honest with myself. Is it right for someone in my position to even consider being together with Asterion? Coda casually plops his hand on your shoulder with the full weight of his arm. He looks off into the air with a beatific calm, and then to you with eyes that reflect the depths of his thoughts. A part of me wants to slap you for this foolishness. That you're even asking that question, in addition to the little stunt you pulled a few weeks back, says everything there is to say on this matter. But still, I'll answer as best I can. Now, is it right for you to be close to him? What I can tell you is, you're asking the wrong question entirely. You're thinking too much with your head, and not nearly enough with that human soul of yours. How should I put this? Wisdom is like chains and shackles, you see. It binds us, protects us from our foolishness, and it fucks. Wisdom is like chains and shackles, you see. It binds us, protects us from our foolish wants and desires. A man should be used to binding himself. We have, after all, too many unsightly and ruinous wants. All of us do. It is respectable for a man to limit himself, especially when he takes on the mantle of a leader. But there is such a thing as too many shackles, Lucien. Your arm, for instance. Aren't you sharing his burden now? Shackled as you have become, aren't you now like a prisoner yourself? You've locked off some of your power, so tell me, what shall grow in the vacuum left by it? But all this is just rambling, because there is only one question that truly matters. Is this what Asterion wants? So Lucien, is this what he wants? Take it one step at a time. Think and plan it out. That's how you've always done things. But it's so much more complicated with people than it is with computers. How can you be sure what the most reasonable course of action is? I trust your judgment implicitly, so what do you think as an outside observer to all this? I think he holds immense affection towards you, one that goes well beyond friendship, but I don't think he's connected the dots just yet. He allows that to hang in the air, just as the clock on the wall ticks away. Finally, the both of you sigh, Coda with warm contentment, and you with bashful apprehension. I trust your judgment implicitly. You'll figure out what's right and wrong way to go about this, I'm sure. So my advice is neither you nor Asterion should waste your chance at happiness. At last, the dragon hefts himself to his feet, unsteady legs as he teeters to sink, rinsing out the glass and setting the wine bottle back on its proper place. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've had a little too much to drink. It's high time I retire to my quarters. And Lucian, his hand claps on your shoulder, and you feel the warmth and steady strength of his presence. Take your time and enjoy these moments. Life only lasts a short while, so don't fill your heart with fear and sadness. Good night. And with that, the dragon leaves you alone with your thoughts. Asturian's fur stands on end at your approach. Is something the matter? Yes. No. No issue at all. None at all. Just a little something that's gnawing away at me regarding these transcripts. What is it? They are authentic. The seal on them is unfalsifiable, but that doesn't mean they are what Argos says they are. Anyone could have written them, nothing stops their contents from being fiction, except Lord Hades' transcript is no transcript at all. It took me a while to recall, but this is his handwriting. I say that with full certainty, too. During my time in his guard, I was taught to recognize it, and there's no mistaking it. These documents, or at least Lord Hades's, may be real. And how do you feel about this? I don't know, at least not yet. I still need some more time to think it over. It's alright, buddy. You can take all the time you need. Thank you. Memory, that boon and bane of all who have the mind, tightens its grasp when that mind does wander. In moments of peace it can come in a flash, a bubble, a phantom. Idle thoughts turn towards the past, seeking sweeter moments of happiness to soothe everyday pains. And yet, as one walks the road of memory, thorns and stones may prick and trip. The scent of strife and grief may taint the fresh blowing wind. Old aches may settle into one's bones and breast, becoming new again. In sleep, too many memories to creep like thieves into the vault of one's mind. The darkness of night provides them cover to slip through the cracks, to ease through passageways, to find gaps in the bulwarks. Oh, I totally forgot. This morning, the curtains drawn over the window keeps that darkness lingering. The memories find Coda defenseless in his bed. Wow, I like his hair down. It's nice. The dragon's chest rises and falls in a slow and steady rhythm. His eyelids flick from time to time, visions dancing behind the veil they provide. He snorts. A soft sigh escapes his parted lips. He turns over, body curling around itself beneath the warm sheets. Memory, boon, and bane of all those who have a mind tightens its grasp. When he went to see his brother whom he loved so endurably, that winter night, the river wind was so cold that the Sunderlings were crying. He followed their voice to the shrine where the soldiers' encampment had been. Are these haikus? I'm just realizing that now. Are these haikus? Well, no, it's not haiku because it's longer than haiku. Huh. I'm sorry, I'm probably taking a style here. I'm talking too much this video, guys. I'm sorry. No one walked its halls. Lightless and long abandoned, the door was broken. Heart pounding, eyes wide, he rushed inside to find that nothing there remained. Silk torn down, ransacked, the work of prowling magpies, taking all they could. The altar was bare, its slumbering blade stolen, torment twisted in its heart. Torment on his face, of his brother words exchanged, full of spite and rage, humiliation and shame, hot as the waters of boiling springs. Fellows rooted, crushed, broken by changing tides of time, rebellion, pushed back to Sasu. Old soldiers replaced with new, an empire restored. With that, they parted, one laying his sword to rest, the other's heart cleaved in twain. And a heart cleaved in twain may yet beat, the river flows, no matter how it may be split, endless. So it was given that they were born. They rose, blinking in the new dawn's light, and saw one another. At once they recognized their brotherhood. They dwelt in the shade of a single tree, and knew their destinies would live beyond this life. They knew when they themselves cupped the waters from that single clear stream that the depth of their affection was not shallow, fresh water, clear from the deep valleys of the deepest mountains. They, though they cupped their fill, and cupped again those waters. For them, they would never cease. With a start, he wakes in tears. Wait, is that his tail? Oh my god, I really like that. The little hair thing. I'm sorry. With one hand, the dragon fumbles his lamp with the lamp at his bedside to illumination, banishing the memory-filled darkness. With other, he wipes away the hot wetness upon his cheeks. He looks around, eyes bleary. There is no stream, no shade-giving tree, no onsen. There are no thrashing shadows on the wall, no table overturned in wrath, no onsen. There's no desecrated shrine, no empty space where something precious should be, no onsen. The dragon's head falls back onto his pillow. His chest heaves a breath, and then in and out. What is it that disturbed these old ghosts, drawing them forth from the distant past to haunt his dreams? He knows, of course, but he does not know, does not scorn or blame. Lucian's curiosity was earnest, sincere, innocent. But the human's questions have released thoughts long ago, pushed into the back of the dragon's mind. The cool, sweet waters reminisce, have stagnated into a swampy mire. Old regrets prick and sting him, the pain of them renewed. Should he have held his tongue rather than argue and castigate? What should he have said or done differently? Would Onsen still enough? That road leads nowhere, and there are far more pleasant paths to reverie to travel. Very angry, Koda's eyes slip shut as he shifts under the covers, repositioning himself upon the mattress. Its softness reminds him of the grass upon the riverbank. Behind his eyelids, a scene unfolds. Rushing water, glinting in the sunlight, green leaves dappled with gold dancing in the gentle breeze, and onsen. Red scales a shade darker than blood, still damp from their swim, scarred body, bared with pride, all the more impressive in repose. Blue eyes gazing at Koda from above a warm smile, warm as the waters of his domain. A warrior and brewer of sake meeting at the fountainhead of their respective rivers. It was their special place where they had each risen from the waters upon their birth. It was where they could speak with one another about anything at all, letting duty and propriety fall away. It was where they claimed their chance at happiness with no shame and no heed of whatever anyone might say about what was right and proper. A man should be used to binding himself. Cove remembers words spoken in a quiet voice, humid and sweet-scented breath, on his temple and cheek lips. It is respectable that he limit himself. He remembers feather-light touches upon his shoulders and nape, his chest and stomach, his hips and thighs. But there is such a thing as too many shackles. He remembers tongues entwining, bodies pressing together, the two halves of a heart cleaved. He gaps, blank eyes staring at the blank ceiling above, and he feels that old familiar stirring. Heat blooms stinging the scales of his cheeks and the deep recesses of his core. The dragon doesn't have time to look down at himself, but he does. He's aroused, aching, wanting. The cloth of his undergarments, tinted by the solid length which had risen from the depths of his sex. The dragon's head falls back onto his pillow. His chest heaves and breathes in and out. As memory tightens its grasp once more, Coda reaches down towards the surging of his want. We know what we're doing, guys. Go read it yourself. Go download it in the link below, or not the link. There's no link. I'm sorry. Go download it yourself. Oh, unbridled want! It churns and surges like the river upon the rocks. He gives himself o'er to raging desire, losing all modesty in its flow. The darkened room, lit by only his bedside lamp, is filled with the sounds of indulgence. Soft moans and sighs, a grunt, a hiss, a groan of a sensation arcs the lightning along his spine. Quiet words in a trembling voice, a name so bittersweet upon his tongue, and echoes of what they said to one another so long ago. He kicks the covers off as the heat grows unbearable. The fire in the dragon's belly, stoked high enough to make him sweat. His hands explore, touch, trace the old trails of the onsens once blazed. And all the while, until he pulls himself, gasping and trembling, from the turbulent stream of his passion, Coda remembers. This scene behind his eyelids darkens, fades and retreats into the recesses of his fondly held memory. Coda looks down at himself and grimaces. He will have to wash up before starting yet another day. But that will come later, when the trembling of his limbs and shuddering of his breasts abates. For now, he wants to cling to what echoes of satiation yet remain. The dragon undoes his fundoshi, using it to wipe the worst of the sticky, cooling mess off himself. Then, nude, as the two of them were back then, he lays himself down to let the warmth of the afterglow engulf his body and mind. Memory releases its hold upon him. All that is left is a single thought, which twinges and aches within the core of his being. He cannot bear this want any longer. Just as when you sit down at your desk, ready to draw up the day's plans, someone knocks on the door. A slow, steady rhythm. Come in. The door swings open. Oh my god, that is his tail. Fucking huge. Wow, I like that. The door swings open and Coda pokes his head into the office. When his eyes, distant and just a little blurry, fall upon you, the dragon gives you a short half brow. Good morning, Lucian. May I take a moment of your time? Of course. Come on and sit down. This time you're the one who gestures, and this time he's the one who accepts with a grateful nod. Graceful as ever, he glides over to take the seat in the chair before your desk. But when he drops into it, you can see traces of weariness showing through his cool, calm, collected demeanor. So, what's up? The dragon's eye remained distant, unfocused, directed at a point just above your left shoulder. A brief hint of a fang peeks out, catching on his bottom lip. His restless hands readjust his apron, trace idle patterns on the chair's arm, brush stray specks of dust off his pants. Coda? Hmm? Oh. Please excuse me. Lost in reminiscence? The scales of his cheeks darken, and the dragon clears his throat. Truth be told, I didn't sleep very well last night. I was thinking about the conversations we've been having about my travels and about onsen. I see. You fold your hands before you on the desk, looking at the dragon. There are new lines on his face, new bags under his eyes. Would you like to talk about it? A deep breath in, a heavy, gusty sigh out. At last, a nod. I would think. I would. I think I'm ready for it. Alright. Give me just a few minutes to get everyone's schedules drawn up, and then we can talk and then we can talk for as long as you want. I'll ask Asterion to cover me. Actually, that's what I wanted to talk with you about. For the first time this morning, his lips perk up upward, something that could almost be called a smile. This home you and Asterion have built has become a house of quite the family, hasn't it? Luke, Robert, and Themba. And you, Coda? This hotel is meant to be a home for you, too. And will be for as long as you wish to stay. He smiles. His smile blooms a little broader at that. Thank you. I cannot say how much that means to me. So, as I said, I have been thinking about our conversations, and I have decided that perhaps they deserve to learn a little more about me as well. I will tell you and them everything. Coda, like I said, it's your business. Please don't feel like you have. I want to. One claw taps a steady rhythm on his arm of his chair. The thought crossed my mind that I may have been approaching all this from the wrong angle entirely. I've been carrying this burden all these years, Lucian. Keeping myself distant from those I meet, lest they learn too much, being circumspect. Chasing lead after lead that ended in dead end after dead end. I can't. He cracks. He crumbles. He slumps in his seat, shoulders and head sagging in the weight of his thoughts. I can't do it anymore. You get up and move around the desk. The dragon flinches when your hands land on his shoulder, but he doesn't pull away. Rather, his own hand moves to clutch your forearm. The clock ticks once, thrice. The only sound in the room is a very ragged, shuddering breath. In, out, silent. You stand by Coda's side and offer comfort of your presence, until he can gather himself up once more, until the melancholy which grips him passes. He grows steady once more. A shuddering breath in, a long, slow breath out. Coda peeks upward to meet your gaze, and you give him a smile while ignoring the wetness of his eyes. Thank you. Of course. With a gracious nod, the dragon accepts your proffered tissue. Proffered? Tissue. You wait for him to make himself presentable once more, and then speak. I can get everything coordinated with Asterion and the others. You just take the day off, okay? Let me know when you'd like to meet. Let me know when you'd like everyone to meet up. As soon as possible, if that's feasible. If it won't be too much trouble. It won't be any trouble at all. He moves up to stand up, and then you step away to give him room. The dragon turns to face you, and gives you a low, deep bow. In that case, I will prepare myself. Get my thoughts in order. Alright. We'll get together in a bit. Take it easy until then, okay? I will. Thank you again, Lucian, for everything. With that, and one more shared smile between the two of you, the dragon slips out of your office. You, meanwhile, return to your duties. You all know what I'm gonna do. Sorry for breathing in your faces, though. Oh yeah, we got him now. And wait, what? Wait. Huh. Is it because he's a demon? Or has more chaos or whatever? I may finish it here depending on how long the next part is, because I don't like going above an hour and 10. But like, I'm very sorry what's about to be how long the No Way Home video is going to be. That is a warning for the future. So with that, I'll see you guys later. So since this video is so short, and I promised a longer video on Friday, I'm very sorry. I will most likely get another video up on Sunday, and then get another one on Tuesday. Okay, sorry for cutting it short again, but a new video will be coming out on Sunday because I feel bad. I do feel bad. I promised a longer video on Tuesday, and that was not delivered. But hey, that was my first time editing or sending out a video on Tuesday since like months ago, actually, like 2 months ago. I've only been doing Friday exclusives, I think. I feel bad for y'all. I hate when sorry. I hate when
I don't hate it, but like it's more like, oh, I wish I can get more videos. And also, I'm trying to like read other VNs. Like, I've not read a single VN, only this one and what was one? What was a VN that caught my eye? A VN that caught my eye would be probably not far from home, because I've heard about it and I'm not too sure what to think about it. Because the thing is, I don't know what's going on with it. Like, I just hear a lot of like weird stuff about it. Like, the main character not being like, his actions don't really matter, whatever. Like, they just end up being the same or whatever. Like, even I can't really even say that because like I don't even know what's going on. I've not read it myself to actually understand what's going on, or even like looked anything up to actually know what's going on, or even looked anything up to actually know what's going on. So yeah, but if you want me to read it, I could try to read it, but I will not continue reading if I don't like reading it. You know, like, I gotta like it to want to read it, right? But I'll do recommendations too if friends want to recommend stuff. Like, God, my friends are highly recommending Echo, but like, they don't watch the videos. Yay. I mean, I don't know. I can totally read Echo, but like, that's gonna be a work. Cause if you know, you guys probably don't or do. I don't know if you guys do or not. Raise your hand if you guys know Keith Ballard or Mr. Josh. Yeah, those are two people. Wow, those are two people that I've like seen read it. I remember like I was in like high school when I like listened to both of them actually. Alright, so what's next? Apologies. If you guys want to read this yourself, I'll have the Patreon and subscribe star put in the link below. Very sorry for No Way Home not being here today. It's gonna be a very long video. I'm sorry. Like, I remember when I first read it, it only took me like at least an hour and 20 minutes. But when I read it the second time, I don't know what happened. It took like 2 hours and 10. Let me know in the comments if you guys wanted that like broken down into 2 parts or 1 part, because I can really just like, I can definitely just put it all in like that one. It's not chapter 2 and chapter 3 together. It's just chapter 2. So if you guys do not like long videos like that, I can just, I mean, y'all will probably fucking read it anyway, but like, if you guys don't think you'll finish it all, then let me know, because I would like for y'all to have like, be like, oh, I want to read this or listen to this or read this with y'all, but like, I don't want to read this with people, or like, fuck, I'm saying this wrong. I don't want to have a 2 hour, taking 2 hours of my time. I don't know if you're at work, who knows? Who knows if y'all like this or not. I'm very sorry for this short video on tomorrow though. Sorry people who have work. I know you're in the comments though. Or maybe you're listening to this, who knows. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me explain as to why the video is shorter. In the next part, we're gonna be doing, we're gonna finish up this chapter, and basically that is like Coda explaining himself, and then drinking games. Yeah. Drinking games with drunk dragons and birds and demons. So that's gonna take a while, because a lot of choices, and then a lot of explaining. that video will probably take 50 minutes, 50 to an hour, maybe. Hinterlands though, probably shorter. I'll probably put Hinterlands with the next video that comes up though. But yeah, if you guys like the video, should I do the generic YouTuber thing? Be like, consider liking and subscribing. No, I don't really give a shit about that. Y'all are just here to listen or whatever. Listen, read. I bet. I mean, yeah. Who's? Yeah. What's next? Oh, this summer. That's like. All right, no. That's for post. I'm sorry. I'm like putting everything into this ending so I can prolong this. Not my fault. It is my fault actually. Oh shoot, it's late. Okay. I'm gonna say my goodbyes. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to this team's Patreon. I don't make this stuff at all, so that's out there again. Because I don't know who I'm gonna give hate to, but I'll probably put my socials in somewhere eventually soon. Because I'm believing I'm angering people. We're not angering. I'm not angering anyone actually, but like, if I do anger anyone, I would like my socials out there so they can reach out instead of like be like, oh my god, this person's so ass. I mean, like, I want them to tell me that like I'm not allowed to post this video. I'll take it down. Or like, okay, I'll take it down, you know? Or like, you put the wrong music or whatever. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, I'll put it down. But yeah, if you guys like this stuff, or like if someone says that they have credits, I will want to credit them because they definitely, or no, like a fucking team. Because what's it called? Isn't Patreon doing something like that? I don't know. I can't say because I'm not gonna put like false information out on the internet, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So if you guys like this, subscribe to, where is it? Yeah, it'll be here. This one, and I'll put how to get the game. Help. Where's this stuff at? Yeah, I can't find it. Yeah. So I'll be putting like not everyone's, cause that's not how it goes. But I'll put the teams because usually they put like the game and then the Patreon and then everyone who was a part of the team with that. So yeah, I will see you guys later. If you wanna, I'll put like, if you wanna play the game for yourself, put in the link description down below. I love you all. I'll see you later. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, good lunch. I'll see you guys later, whatever it is for y'all. Bye bye.